Welcome to Dog Facts Funny. Take a quiet moment before we begin. Somewhere nearby, a dog may already be aware of where you are. Not pulling, not asking, just quietly tracking your movement. Today, we're exploring one of the most emotionally revealing canine behaviors. Why your dog follows you from room to room. Not because they're restless, not because they need something, but because, in a dog's world, togetherness creates stability. This isn't a story about dependence or control. It's a story about attachment, regulation, and shared emotional space. When a dog chooses to follow, they're responding to something deeper than routine. They're responding to how safe the world feels when you are near. Following is not dependence, it's attachment. Dogs are social animals by nature, but social doesn't mean insecure. In the wild, dogs survive by staying connected to their group, especially to the individual who provides direction and calm. When your dog follows you, they're not losing independence, they're maintaining attachment. You are not being shadowed. You are being chosen as a point of reference. Your movement through the home signals continuity. It tells your dog where emotional balance is likely to be found next. Following isn't neediness, it's relational orientation. You are a regulating presence. For dogs, safety is often embodied, not spatial. When you stand up, your dog doesn't wonder what you'll do. They feel a shift in the emotional environment. Following allows them to remain within a familiar emotional field. Homes are full of subtle changes, sounds, lighting, energy. Your presence smooths those transitions. Your dog follows not to monitor you, but to stay regulated as the environment moves around them. You become the steady signal that nothing important has gone wrong. Over time, your dog learns the emotional texture of your movements. The way you stand, walk, or pause carries information long before words ever could. By following you, your dog stays close to those signals, adjusting their own state in response. This is how calm is shared, not taught, but absorbed through proximity. Proximity is how dogs bond. Unlike cats, dogs express affection through closeness. Physical nearness is their primary language of trust. When your dog follows you into a room and settles nearby, they are engaging in connection, even without interaction. They are not waiting for commands or rewards. They are simply staying linked. In canine relationships, presence itself is participation. Being near you is enough. For dogs, closeness does not interrupt independence, it reinforces trust. Sitting nearby without interaction is not passive behavior. It is an active choice to remain connected. Your dog is not asking for engagement, only maintaining a shared emotional thread. In this quiet nearness, bonding continues without effort or display. Curiosity guided by trust. Dogs are curious, but curiosity alone doesn't explain following. A curious dog explores independently. A trusting dog explores with someone. When your dog trails behind you, curiosity is filtered through confidence. They trust that if something unexpected happens, you will respond first. That trust allows them to move without scanning constantly, to relax their vigilance, and to explore with ease. Your presence turns uncertainty into manageable space. Trust changes how curiosity feels in the body. When your dog follows you, exploration becomes softer, less alert, and more fluid. They are not bracing for surprises because your presence absorbs the uncertainty first. With you nearby, curiosity no longer requires caution. It becomes calm movement through space. Emotional co-regulation. Over time, dogs naturally align their nervous systems with the people they feel safest around. They learn your pace, your tone, your emotional shifts. Following becomes a way to stay emotionally synchronized. If you slow down, they settle. If you become tense, they move closer. This isn't mimicry, it's co-regulation. Your emotional state becomes the reference your dog uses to interpret the world. Gradually, this synchronization deepens. Your dog may respond to subtle changes in you before you consciously notice them. Following helps them stay close to the emotional rhythm they understand best, the one that feels predictable and safe. Quiet check-ins. Sometimes, your dog follows you into a room, looks at you briefly, then leaves. These moments are not random. They are emotional check-ins, quick confirmations that everything is still okay. Dogs are efficient communicators. They don't need long interactions to feel reassured. A glance, a calm posture, a familiar movement is often enough. These check-ins happen most often during transitions. By confirming your emotional state, your dog reassures themselves that stability remains. Once that's confirmed, they can relax and move on. Following without pressure. Notice how many dogs follow without demanding attention. They don't paw constantly. They don't insist. They simply stay close. This matters. It shows your dog trusts access rather than control. They believe closeness is available without needing to ask. That belief only forms in relationships where safety has been consistent. Following becomes a quiet agreement. Closeness without obligation, presence without pressure. Why it deepens over time. Many people notice their dog follows them more as the years pass. This isn't aging dependence, it's accumulated trust. Each calm response, each predictable interaction, teaches your dog that your presence reliably leads to safety. Over time, staying near you becomes the most efficient choice. Your dog no longer needs to assess from a distance. Proximity simply feels right, shaped by thousands of small moments that proved you are steady. When following changes. If a dog suddenly stops following, it's rarely disinterest. It's more often stress, emotional overload, or a need to self-regulate. Dogs create distance to process, not to disconnect. Understanding this prevents misinterpretation. Following is always a choice. When safety returns, choice returns with it. During these periods, space becomes a coping tool, not a rejection. Allowing it without pressure helps restore the conditions that invite closeness again. Reflective outlook. So the next time you hear soft paws behind you, pause. Not to engage, not to test, just to notice. In that quiet following, there is no demand, no expectation. Only presence, choosing presence. Your dog isn't following because they have nothing else to do. They're following because your presence has become a stabilizing place. A place where tension softens, where the day feels predictable enough to rest inside. These moments often blend into routine, easily overlooked. Yet they are where bonds deepen without performance or proof. Your dog walks with you not to be seen, but to feel steady, to stay close to something emotionally true. Thank you for sharing this quiet moment with us. Until next time, move gently, pause often, and remember, companionship doesn't always ask. Sometimes it simply follows, step by step, room by room. If this felt familiar, you're not alone. Many of the deepest bonds with dogs form not in play or training, but in shared movement and quiet proximity. Subscribe for more reflections like this, where understanding replaces assumption and connection grows quietly, one step at a time.